Stephanie, and this is Kate, and we're here today to show you Chaturanga Dandasana. So we're going to start by having Kate come into high plank pose. And first, we're just going to look at Chaturanga. See Kate's foundation. She's grounded in the balls of her feet. Her legs are really active. She's grounded in her palms, especially her pointer finger knuckle, and she's engaged on her back body. Her shoulder blades are hugging into the backs of her ribs. And she's going to take a long, slow breath in, and on her exhale, she's going to transition forward and lower halfway down. Her shoulders are even with her elbows, and her legs are really engaged. Now she's going to inhale and come back to high plank, and come back to downward facing dog. Using your legs is really key in Chaturanga Dandasana. So I'm going to ask Kate to grab her block. And she's going to bring her block about hip width distance apart in between her legs. I'm just going to squeeze onto that block like crazy to help the transition. So I'll have Kate come to high plank pose. She's going to really engage her legs and squeeze her block. And on the exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now you can see her legs are really solid. And she'll press back up to high plank pose and then transition back to downward facing dog. Another way to use the block is to figure out how far you should lower. And she's going to transition forward and lower down. So you can see her shoulder is about even with the block and then even with her elbows. And she'll press back up into high plank and back into downward facing dog. So the next thing that we're gonna look at is how to transition into Chaturanga when you're still building strength in your triceps. So I'm gonna have Kate come into high plank pose. Solid foundation in high plank, but to work the transition into Chaturanga, I'm gonna ask her to drop her knees down to the ground, lift her ankles and cross them. She'll rock forward and lower to Chaturanga. So she still has her shoulders even with her elbows. She'll press back to high plank, drop her feet, and lift, downward facing dog. In conclusion, Chaturanga is a really powerful pose, and it may take you some time to build up the strength in your core and in your legs and in your triceps. So using your knees down or using the block in between your legs is a fantastic way to tap in and get stronger. Thanks for watching.